Right, fellas, this is 2.8a inverse functions. So we are given a function and we need to write the inverse relation of each of the function in this particular table. So all we have to do is, as we know that an inverse function, basically x and y positions interchange, right? So if x is 1 and y is 2 in this case, then x will be 2, so 2 will come here and y will be 1. That's all that you have to do. So 0, 2, pi 5 and negative 3 and 9 over here. Likewise, uh, 12, 8, 5, 0 will come here, negative 3, 0, e and 7 will come here. Right, sketch the inverse on the same axis. Okay, my recommendation in such questions is to mark the corner points and actually find the corner points for the inverse function. For example, let's write the coordinates first. This is negative 4 comma 3. This is 0 comma 1. This is 1 comma negative 2, and this is 4 comma 4. Sorry, 4 comma negative 4. Now, in inverse, as we know, the x and y interchange, right? So here, negative 4 comma 3, the inverse function will have 3 comma negative 4. 3 is right here and negative 4 is right here. So 3 comma negative 4, that's the first point. Then 0 comma 1 will become 1 comma 0, which is right here, 1 comma 0. Then 1 comma negative 2 will become negative 2 comma 1. Negative 2 is here, 1 is here, so negative 2 comma 1 is right here. And then 4 comma negative 4 will become negative 4 comma 4. Negative 4 is here, 4 is here, so negative 4 comma 4 is right here. And just connect these with a straight line, right? Because it was a straight line between any 2 points. So it is a straight line here to here, and then here to here, and then here to here. So this is going to be the graph of the inverse function. All right. Likewise, let's do this one. Let's first write the coordinates. This is negative 3, negative 3. This is a whole, and the coordinates are negative 1, negative 1. Over here, we have what, negative 1 comma 0. This corner is 2 comma 1, if I'm not wrong, and this is 4 comma 4. All right, now let's find the inverse, the coordinates of the inverse function. So negative 3 will basically just be negative 3, negative 3. So this is the same point. Negative 1 will still be negative 1, but that's 1. So it will still be here, and mind it, it will still be a whole. Negative 1, 0 will become 0, negative 1. 0, negative 1 is right here. 2 comma 1 will become 1 comma 2, which is right here. And 4, 4 is still 4, 4. So our function is going to look like from here to here, that's going to be the same line. Then this is a whole, of course. And then look at that. I mean, be careful. Between negative 1, 1 and negative 1, 0, there was no function, right? So don't make the mistake of making any function here. It's just discontinuous. Then the next point will be here. You connect these 2 points, and then you will connect these 2 points. So this is going to be how your inverse function will look like. Okay. This is about algebraically finding the inverse function. So the strategy is very simple. I'm just going to explain it for the first question. I'm pretty sure if you don't know the strategy, after seeing the first question, you can easily do the other two. So first write fx, replace fx with y. So y is equal to 3x plus 5. That's first step. Second step is replace x with y and y with x. So replace y with x and x with y. And then just isolate y from here. So I'll subtract what, 5 both the sides, and let's flip the omelet. So 3y is equal to x minus 5, and then divide by 3. So that's going to look like x minus 5 over 3. And finally, this y is nothing but f inverse x. So we'll just replace this y with f inverse. So this is x minus 5 over 3. That's the final answer, right? Okay, let's do the same thing over here. Replace x with y, y with x. So this is how it's going to look. Subtract 7 both the sides. So x minus 7 is equal to negative 2y. Let's flip the omelet. So negative 2y is equal to x minus 7. Let's divide both sides with negative 2. So x minus 7 over negative 2. And replace y with f inverse x. So f inverse x will be equal to x minus 7 over negative 2. If you don't like the negative in the denominator, you can just multiply that negative to the top. So that will become, because negative in the bottom or negative at the top. That's basically the same thing, right? So the numerator will become 7 minus x, and this will just be 2. So this is the f inverse x. And finally, over here, replacing k with y. So y is equal to 2/3 x minus 1, replacing x with y, y with x. This is how it's going to look. Let's say add 1 both the sides. So x plus 1 is equal to 2/3 y. Multiply 3 both the sides. So 3 times x plus 1. Be careful. Some students make the mistake of just multiplying 3 with x. No. 3 is multiplied with the entire x plus 1, and that's why I've put a parentheses is equal to 2y. Let's divide both sides with 2. So 3 times x plus 1 over 2 is equal to y. And that's about it, right? I just replaced y with f inverse x and write my final answer. So f inverse x is equal to 3. I'm running out of space here. I'm just going to write here. So f inverse x is equal to 3 over 2 x plus 1. That is the final answer. More questions, similar approach, I believe. Nothing fancy here. So I'm just gonna replace first fx with y. So y is equal to x minus 3 over x plus 2. Replace x with y, y with x. So this is how it's gonna look. Cross multiply. So x times y plus 2 is equal to y minus 3. Distribute the x. So xy plus 2x is equal to y minus 3. What is our aim? Our aim is to isolate y, right? So let's club the family of x together. Sorry, let's club the family of y together. So these are the two y's. If you want to club this, I can subtract xy both the sides so that it will become y minus xy, and add 3 both the sides. So this, negative 3 will no longer be on that side, because on the other side I just need the y family. Um, Now this will become what? Let's flip the omelette. So y minus xy is equal to 2x plus 3. I hope you understand. I'm just separating my work here. Just taking y as a common factor. So y times 1 minus x is equal to 2x plus 3. And finally, y is equal to 2x plus 3 over 1 minus x. And y can be written as f inverse x is equal to 2x plus 3 over 1 minus x. So that should be our final answer. In the last question, I think I wrote this as f inverse x, but this should be k inverse x because the function was k. Not a big thing, but yeah, just keep in mind. I'm not sure if your school teacher might take off your points like this, I don't know, but just be careful about this. Okay. Here again, replacing h with y. So y is equal to 4x minus 1 over 2x plus 3. Replacing x with y and y with x. So this is going to look like x is equal to 4y minus 1 over 2y plus 3. Let's cross multiply. So x times 2y plus 3 is equal to 4y minus 1. So this will become 2xy plus 3x is equal to 4y minus 1, right? Okay. Once again, the same idea. I want a y family to be together. So I'm going to subtract both sides with 2xy and add 1 both the sides. So this will become 3x plus 1, and this will become 4y minus 2xy. Let's flip the omelette. So 4y minus 2xy is equal to 3x plus 1. Let's take y as a common factor. So I'm left with 4 minus 2x is equal to 3x plus 1. Divide both sides with 4 minus 2x and replace y with h inverse h inverse x. So this will become 3x plus 1 over 4 minus 2x. So that's going to be the final answer. All right. Similar questions, I don't think so. There's anything different here. So just replace x with y, y with x. So that's going to look like x is equal to y plus 4 over y minus 5. Let's cross multiply. So x times y minus 5 is equal to y plus 4. Distribute. So xy minus 5x is equal to y plus 4. Club the y family together. So I'm going to subtract y from both the sides. And I'm going to add 5x both the sides. Take y as a common factor. So y times x minus 1 is equal to 5x plus 4. And then divide both sides with x minus 1. So it will become 5x plus 4 over x minus 1. And then replace y with, well, apparently they have not given any function. So I'm just going to call it as f inverse x, so which is equal to 5x plus 4 over x minus 1. That is the inverse function. Okay. Finally, over here, we have replacing g with y is equal to 2x plus 1 over 3x plus 7. Replace x with y with x. So this is how it is going to look. If I cross multiply, then x times 3y plus 7 is equal to 2y plus 1. Distribute 3xy plus 7x is equal to 2y plus 1. Next, I'm going to bring this guy to the left. So it will look like 3xy minus 2y is equal to 1 minus 7x. Y is taken as a common factor. So 3x minus 2, y times 3x minus 2 is equal to 1 minus 7x, which means that y is equal to 1 minus 7x over 3x minus 2, which means that G inverse x is equal to 1 minus 7x over 3x minus 2. So that should be our final answer.